Look, guys, I'm going to be straight. When it comes to YouTube ads, I'm probably the best source of information on the internet. I'm not going to toot my horn on that. If you look at my YouTube ad mastermind, I have the most results of anybody online. I've sold over $20 million worth of product on YouTube ads, and I'm the CEO of the fastest growing ad tracking company in the entire world. I'm sorry, I know that sounds egotistical. I don't mean to toot my horn quite that loud. I'm even a little bit embarrassed to say all those things, but it's just true. And when it comes to YouTube ads, I can tell you what's going to work. And what I see happening across the industry and how I see most people run their YouTube ads, it just doesn't work. It's counterproductive to what they're going to try and achieve. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I've learned across all my years running YouTube ads, everything I've seen in the data, and everything I've learned working with people on their YouTube ads. If you apply this simple stuff, and I'm not going to give you complicated stuff that's like, hey, all you need to do is split test 200 pages and find the right color variation of this button. No, there's very simple things you can do at the beginning of your ads, ways you can run your ad account, ways you can run your targeting that most people just don't do, that is going to increase your ad ROI significantly if you watch this video. I can almost guarantee it. If you run YouTube ads, 1% of people do the things I'm talking about right here. So we're just going to dive straight into that. Also, you should subscribe to this channel if you run ads for your business, because on this channel, I tell you everything I've learned from my near decade of running ads, generating tens of millions of dollars in sales, and what I've gained insights-wise from running the fastest growing ad tracking company in the world, Hyros. Why? Because I want your ads to grow. And if your ads grow, you're probably going to need better attribution, which is an absolute key to running ads correctly. And so you'll probably pick up Hyros. So if I help you, you'll probably want to help yourself even more by picking up Hyros. That being said, let's focus on the first goal, helping you actually make your YouTube ads work better. Okay, guys, so let's just dive into it. And I'm going to break this down into 5 things, like our last video on Facebook where I showed how I've sold over $10 million worth of product. And if you just get these things right here, nobody really does these things or gets these, and they just keep they keep bulldogging straight into these errors, and you're just never going to get good results on YouTube if you do these things. By far, the number one is not understanding how the targeting works and understanding how to target broad or narrow audiences. So what do I mean by this? So consistently, I'm just going to use the make money online niche because it's just an easy one to explain using this, but it applies to literally everything. What people do, let's say we're selling to people that want to start a consulting agency. There's 3 spectrums of people. There's absolute beginners who have never even considered starting a consulting agency. They just want to make money quickly. Then there's intermediate people who have thought about starting a marketing agency, but haven't made any money doing it, or have been unsuccessful at it, or they've heard about the idea. And then there's people that are actually making money, like $5 to anywhere to $100,000 a month with their consulting business. So what everybody does on Facebook, and the reason why they can't scale on Facebook and why they can't even get on YouTube in the first place, is because they try to target right here. They make something that's for beginners, but also for people that are already successful at the idea. The problem is this is a terrible, terrible, terrible way to run ads. It's the worst business structure ever, because this is actually the smallest, hardest to target audience ever, because not only are they small, they don't also have any money because they're not making any money doing what they're doing. Or if you were to look at this in other terms, like if we're looking at like golf clubs or something like this, the person's really is interested in the niche. There's few of them though. There's people that are interested in getting better at golf, or let's say already play a few rounds of golf, but also don't take it seriously. So not as there are few of them, but they also don't really want to invest any money. So it's just the worst market to get into ever. And this is what people try to target mostly on Facebook. In order to work on YouTube, you can't do this at all, because this right here works to about $1,000 to $2,000 a day on Facebook. Afterwards, it doesn't work, because what happens is these people right here are repulsed by a product that's even slightly for beginners, and these people right here don't even know what consulting is, so you can't sell to them. They don't know what it is. And so because this niche right here is so small and they don't even have that much money, you just are marketing the worst possible people. You're way better off microing down your audience and selling a $10,000 product to these people, or going exclusively broad and focusing on people that don't even know what a consulting agency is. For example, if you've ever seen Sam Evans' offer, he doesn't market the people that sort of want to get into consulting or people that already have consulting businesses. He markets the people that have never even heard or know that you can do a consulting business on the internet. This is a mass broad audience, and this is a targeted narrow audience. You can't do this in between thing. And this is what people do on YouTube, and they die because you can't target this effectively on YouTube. You can target this effectively on Facebook, but again, it's a terrible audience, so you can't even scale with it. When you get into YouTube, you want to go exclusively to the beginners, to the broadest part of the audience, which is going to be almost 80% of the marketplace, or you want to go exclusively to the high-end people, which is going to be 10% of the marketplace. These people right here are also 10%, but they don't have any money. So let's say if we're going to go and make $100,000, we could sell 10 products to these people at 10K, or we could sell 50 products to beginners at 2,000. If we go right here with like a $2,000 product that's meant for both of them, these people won't buy at enough rate to make the ROI make sense, and beginners won't buy at enough rate for the ad to have ROI. And so when you get into YouTube, understand that where YouTube really excels is broad targeting. It excels at this beginner-focused audience right here, because really you just have thousands and thousands of people, and you can't really narrow down to their specific interest or business interest. Though we can easily do something like this on a narrow audience. So say we're selling to, let's say, people that run SaaS companies. We can easily target people watching SaaS accelerator videos, but we don't want to make a $99 product to them, a $1,000 product. We want to make a $5,000 to $10,000 product. Okay, so this is actually two lessons in one. First, only focus on these audiences right here. If you do anything else, you're going to fail. Go ahead, try it, do it. I work with people in my mastermind all day. I have the YouTube mastermind with the most results of any other online. We absolutely smash it. You can click below this video and see all the results we get in that. You can even sign up for a call if you're a good fit. We can work together. I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on telling you I have seen this literally hundreds of times. People come in, they try and do like this intermediate stuff, and they get absolutely washed. And this is why they can't get on YouTube. It doesn't work. Okay, so the next lesson I'm going to give you is you got to price appropriately. So the best prices are, again, like we talked about in the Facebook video, high ticket prices. So when we're going to beginners, we really want to go and have the upper priced product in our industry. So if we're like in supplements or working out, this is going to be something that's $197 to $497. If it's in like business or education or something like that, it would be like $1,000 to $2,000. If we're in B2B, which is very narrow targeting, we're going to want to go $5,000 to $10,000, or as low as $3,500. And we're going to want to use probably a long-winded webinar funnel for these type of products, or a call funnel for these type of products. So that's actually 3 lessons for you. Why high ticket? I talked about this last video, but let's break it down one more time. So look, if we get 1,000 opt-ins for $10, let's say $10 a pop, and we get 1,000 of them, we just paid $10,000. In order to break even on this, let's imagine we have a 10% conversion rate on a $10 product. Heck, let's say a $100 product. Okay, $100, which is pretty expensive. If we have a 10% conversion rate, which is never going to happen, I've never seen that before ever, and we sell $100 products, we just made $10,000. Okay, we broke even with the best conversion rate on planet Earth. If we take this down to $10, we only made $1,000. Now, if we go through and we get a much more realistic, we just spent $10,000 for the same 1,000 people, and we spent $10K, but we have a $2K product. If we get a 1% conversion rate, 10 people, we just made $20,000. This is easier to do because the same people that would have bought at that $10 price, that $100 price, 1% of them would have bought at the 2K price because they're super interested. This right here makes our lives a lot easier because now we have a 2x ROI on our ads, which we can scale with. High ticket just always works better. So whether you're doing supplements even, you're doing a smaller low ticket thing like a workout product or something like that, you want to go and try to batch everything together to make a high ticket product. I know I get this question all the time in e-commerce. If you're doing e-commerce, find a way to package all your products together into a big old package and then throw info into it. So let's imagine your products right here are worth $200 all combined, and then we can go and sneak info marketing into it for another $200. Okay, but it costs us nothing to provide the info. This gives us the margins right here to charge $400 and run this to ads. This is how you do it. Okay, you can use a webinar funnel or a really solid VSL. Okay, that's what you want to do. This info extra margin right here allows you to pay for all those leads coming in and optimize the ads to actually scale. That's exactly why we want to do it. Now, watch the video on this channel that talks about selling high ticket funnels and high ticket products, because I just don't see how you can scale well effectively on YouTube doing low ticket. That's why so many people can't make it work. Okay. And that's going to break down exactly how to sell these products and how to sell them high ticket. It's on the channel. There's so much free training and courses on here. You should just use it. The next thing, in your ads, it's not about looking good or having a great looking video ad. It is about nailing the message. And so what I see people constantly do is they make these cinematic, really high effort ads. No. My most productive ad of all time was a PowerPoint presentation. And again, on this channel, there's a link to my exact script I use for that. What you need to understand about YouTube first and foremost is that ugly, fast, rapid to produce ads are the best for two reasons. One, there's no proof that the really well-filmed ads do better. There just literally isn't. Number two, if you can get ads out quickly, you can quickly see which ones work and which ones don't. And you're going to see what message in the ad works and doesn't work very quickly. And so when you see a message that works, you can start split testing different messages. For example, you can say, I'm going to show you to start your first Shopify business versus I'm going to show you how to make $5,000 per month passively. Okay. Oh, the $5,000 per month passively won the split test. Okay. I'm going to show you to make $5,000 per month passively from home. Okay. That one worked better. And the one that talked about going and starting it. And if I said, I'm going to show you to make $5,000 per month flipping objects you can find in a grocery store. Oh, that didn't work as well. And you can keep going and doubling down this message and kind of do this yes-no pattern until you get to a message that really, really converts people. You can't do that if you're doing well-shot fancy ads. You just can't, because you can't produce them fast enough and you can't optimize them enough. It takes you like a day to shoot the ad. You're going to have to run probably 15, 20 ads before you even get to the correct message, and then another 20, 30 different ads before that message is optimized and the video is convincing enough. So PowerPoints work just fine. Okay, PowerPoints work just fine. Me sitting at my desk talking to you like I am right now, those have been my best performing ads. There's no evidence that these super well shot ads work. Next, in the first 5 seconds of the ad, this is the last tip I'm going to give you. First 5 seconds. What you need to do is you need to attract your target audience, or you need to focus on this actually. What you need to do is get attention, get everyone's attention, lock in super hard, get your main audience's attention and get them hooked with a benefit and repulse everybody that's not your target audience. Why do we want to do that? Well, first thing, we need attention so we can get a high view rate and so that we can catch our target audience, period. If we don't have their attention from the get-go, it's not going to work. But as soon as we have that attention, we need to hook them immediately by not batting around the bush and make it very clear this ad is not for these people. Because if these people are watching our ad, we're going to be paying for them viewing for the ad. And if these people are watching our ad and it's not clear what we're up to, our target audience is going to bounce off most of the time. So if you watch my ads, I do something to get someone's attention. Like I have this thumb drive. I throw it in their face and say, this thing right here will save you 15% on your ads. I guarantee it. Something like that. Why? I use a little bit more complicated words than that, and my best ads ever are broken down on this channel. But why do I say that? One, the stick, which is a different color than my face, and I jam in someone's face, gets their attention. People say, what is this thing? And I say, this will save you, this AI optimization will save you 15% on your ads. I guarantee it, or you do not pay. That is a hook that will hook only people that run ads. Everybody else on planet Earth is going to go, I don't run ads, and they're just going to bounce. I get a very high view rate. Then I lock in my target audience. Then I repulse everybody that's not my target audience in 5 seconds. This is the golden key right here. Most people start their ad. I saw one other day where a guy was talking about his marketing agency, and he's like walking down the street in front of his car, and it took him 15 seconds for him to even say this was about making money. He's just like, I used to go to college and blah, blah, blah. And my parents used to tell me this thing and that. By that time, no one cares. No one effing cares at all. All right. And you've probably got a bunch of people. Let's say you got like a Lambo in the background, or I don't know, you just have something attention grabbing. You have cats running around. What's going to happen is people are going to watch the cats that aren't your target audience, and your target audience is going to bounce, specifically if you're doing like B2B or something like that, because you're just going to have a bunch of people watching it for the cats, and all the people that are interested in B2B are going to move on to their video because they don't want to watch your damn ad. That is such a huge key. And then finally, guys, here's the last tip I have for you. When it comes to tracking sales accurately, I like Google AdWords. The tracking out of the box, it's good enough for just like a general, like here's sort of what's going on. But if you're running your ads based around leads, opt-ins only, especially if you're doing info marketing or sales, which I know a lot of you guys are. But that tracking is not accurate. If you are making decisions off of inaccurate tracking, you are wasting literally 15 to 20% of your ad spend on campaigns that are not actually generating sales that you think they are. And you are also going to be cutting off 15 to 20% of your scale because you're going to kill ads that are actually scaling. Check this out. Now, of course, I can go in the Hyros dashboard. Now, of course, guys, I can go inside the Hyros dashboard and get the results loaded up in front of me, but I just like to use the Chrome extension because I can just see it right here inside the dashboard. Look. This is how many calls I got from this ad right here. It says I got 1 in Google. I got 8. Okay, if I turn off this ad, I'd be turning off something that makes me tens of thousands of dollars a month. Okay, literally, we make up to about $1,000 per call at Hyros, so I'd be losing literally an extra $7,000 a month in near profit just doing that. Okay, and I can click here and see everybody that came in, and I can click on their history and see everywhere they came from and verify it to. This person literally opted in 2020, and it's 2021 right now. I tracked them the entire way through multiple email addresses and IPs. Okay? That's something Google's never going to do, and if you don't have this accurate data in front of you, you're going to make the wrong decisions. For example, right here, it told me I had 3 calls, I only had 2, so my cost per call is actually way higher than what they're reporting. It's not $500, it's $750. This is an ad I should probably turn off and losing me money. And again, right here, here's another one, perfect right here. My cost per call is lovely at $233. Google only caught 1. It's telling me $467. I might want to turn that one off. And again, the under-reporting and over-reporting, and even if you're not even tracking the revenue, by the way, I was able to track this person through their click and then track them all the way to their phone calls that happened offline and get the sale. If you're running your ads around leads or calls and you're not actually looking at the exact ROI, you're just bonkers. You're just bonkers. Okay, so you need to be tracking something accurately. If you're doing anything at any kind of scale on AdWords and you have multiple traffic sources, use some tracking solution. I know that, yeah, I'm technically the CEO of Hyros, but if you're not using something, like at least use one of our competitors or something. And if you don't see the same results I'm talking right here, you again don't pay for it at Hyros. And we can also feed all this data back to make the ads much more targeted and optimized and train the AI at Google much better. Again, you don't see that type of result. You don't see a 15, 20% increase in your ads. You don't pay for Hyros. So again, that's the last tip. I know I'm a little bit biased in this regards as a CEO, but there you go. Guys, those simple things right there are stuff that most people don't do when they're using YouTube. If you just do these things, you're going to have such an edge up. If you want to check out Hyros to get that tracking I just talked about, all you need to do is just click below. You can book a call with us. We guarantee results. You don't pay for it. On top of that, that YouTube mastermind that I mentioned below, you can check that out below if you want to see all the results and see if you're a good fit. Has a 90-day guarantee. If you don't see the results like the crazy ones you see on that page, people doubling and tripling their business, again, you don't pay for it. That being said, guys, this is the this is the video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because I release about 3 of these videos a week with basically, I think, the best ad content that's on y'all of YouTube. I don't think anybody making videos has more ad experience than I do or the insights I do. So subscribe, and I'll see you whenever I see you next. Take it easy.